You know things are bad in a family when even watching TV feels like a political debate. You just want to catch the news, but suddenly you're dodging flying accusations like you're in an action film. That's exactly what life looks like in the Thuo household, except there's no remote, no peace, and definitely no love. Let me take you inside the most chaotic living room since reality TV was invented. Meet David Thuo. By day, he runs a column in the Sunday News on, you guessed it, social issues. Yes, he writes about morals, values, and the proper way to conduct oneself in society. According to him, he's not just a columnist, he's a consultant on social issues. The irony? His own house is in such disarray, it makes Big Brother look like Sunday school. David is the proud, or maybe just present head of the Thuo family. He's got a wife, 2 daughters, and a maid. Sounds stable, right? Not quite.
Sheriff, he's over here.
One day, the calm snaps. For the first time, husband and wife go at it. Verbally, I mean. The wife accuses David of cheating. David fires back, accusing her of having a thing with her boss. And just like that, the masks are off and the claws are out. But this isn't your average lover's quarrel. This fight peels back the layers of a family that's been rotting from the inside out. This household is a minefield. There is no single thread tying them together, just tension, suspicion, and the occasional burst of scandal. Let's talk about the kids. Sharon, the first daughter, is something else. She juggles 2 boyfriends like she's rehearsing for a telenovela. She splits her time between them like it's a part-time job. But hey, at least she's consistent. Meanwhile, her younger sister, our narrator, is out here giving us good girl vibes. She pretends to be the well-behaved one, the golden child. But in secret, she's religiously reading a pornographic magazine every week. No, seriously, every Friday, like it's the weekend paper.
I didn't do it.
So far, we have a cheating husband, a cheating wife, a daughter with 2 boyfriends, and another one secretly flipping through adult magazines like it's literature. But wait, it gets worse. Enter Shinko, the maid. Shinko is the fly on the wall who knows everything. She knows about Sharon's double dating, the wife's mysterious rides home every night, and that young man she always kisses goodbye in the dark. Shinko could write her own exposé and win an award.
I'm just saying.
But the drama doesn't end with knowing. One evening, Shinko comes home late, probably from doing something slightly more productive than the rest of the household, only to catch her employer, Mr. David Thuo, waiting on the sofa. What does she do? She walks in and they sleep together. Yes, the maid and the man of the house hook up right there on the couch. And before you ask, yes, the wife walks in. She finds her husband and her maid entangled on the furniture like it's a bad soap opera, and all hell breaks loose. The shouting match that follows is intense. And amidst the yelling and name-calling, David finally gets the proof he needs. His wife has been cheating on him. All those late nights, all those work emergencies, just clever excuses. Apparently, she's been getting dropped off every night by a young man she kisses goodbye like she's in a rom-com.
That's what she said.
So there you have it. A family at war with itself. Everyone pretending to be something they're not, while doing everything they accuse the others of. And now, drumroll please, the title of this disaster of a domestic sitcom is The David Thuo Show. Fitting, isn't it? The whole thing reads like a messy, over-the-top reality show hosted by its morally confused namesake. Now let's talk about my thoughts on the story. First off, this was one of the most scandal-packed stories I've read in a while. It's chaotic, intense, and laced with irony so sharp it could slice through a marriage certificate. David Thuo, a supposed social issues expert, can't even hold his family together. His advice column should honestly be called "Do as I say, not as I do." What struck me most was the sheer breakdown of trust in this family. There's no love, no affection, just a constant game of gotcha. Everyone's wearing a mask. The wife plays the professional victim but sneaks around with a younger man. The husband condemns her but is busy hooking up with the maid. Sharon's living her best soap opera life. And the narrator, bless her, pretends to be the good apple while hiding her own secrets. Even the maid isn't just watching the chaos unfold. She's actively participating in it. And yet, beneath all the dysfunction, the story has something deeply uncomfortable to say. This might not be just one family's tragedy. It might be every family's reflection, magnified and made grotesque. The author seems to suggest that many families live under a fragile illusion of normalcy. Scratch the surface and you might find lies, secrets, and betrayals bubbling just beneath. It's not a happy thought, but it's an honest one. And that's what makes this story so raw and, ironically, so relatable. Let's talk a little about structure. The story doesn't follow a typical narrative arc. In fact, it feels like a collection of scandalous episodes held loosely together by the common thread of dysfunction. There's no singular climax, no redemptive closure. Some might find that frustrating, and I get that. The plot is choppy, sometimes meandering, but it also reflects the messiness of real life. Families don't always resolve things cleanly. Sometimes everything just hangs there unresolved, like a dirty curtain in a house no one cleans. But if I had one critique, the story needed more glue. A stronger narrative thread to tie all these juicy bits together would have made it much more powerful. As it stands, it's like watching a series of train wrecks in slow motion. Fascinating, yes, but slightly disorienting. So what does this story tell us? That appearances are deceptive. That dysfunction doesn't always shout, it simmers quietly until it explodes. That people who talk the most about morality often have the least of it. And perhaps, that we should all be a little more honest with ourselves, and each other. Or maybe it just tells us not to hire a maid named Shinko. Samuel Munene, the writer behind The David Thuo Show, is a young poet and short story writer from Nairobi. He holds a degree in economics from the University of Nairobi, but his creative side shines through in his contributions to Kwani and other literary magazines. He balances literary expression with freelance writing, and this story, found in the Caine Prize for African Writing 2010 anthology, shows a writer unafraid to dive into uncomfortable truths. If you've ever thought your family was dysfunctional, trust me, The David Thuo Show will make you feel a little better, or at least a little less alone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. And hey, maybe check your couch before you sit, especially if your maid's been coming home late. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.